Hi, my name is Chris Sterling. I'm a community health nurse with Siksika Community Health, and in this video we're going to discuss hand washing and how to do it effectively. The reason why we're doing this is studies have shown about 80% of adults don't wash their hands properly. And these studies are done by people standing in a washroom and watching people wash their hands. It's kind of gross and disgusting, but nevertheless, it does show us that we do need to kind of go over this with people so they know how to wash their hands properly. Now, you can wash your hands two ways, one with soap and water or one with sanitizer. If you are going to use a sanitizer though, make sure there's at least 60% alcohol in it, otherwise it won't be effective to kill the COVID-19 virus. Hand washing is by far the most effective, and we suggest it whenever you can possibly do it. Hand sanitizer would be a better option if you're going out into the community, okay, and you don't have access to soap and water. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how to wash your hands. So effective hand washing includes a number of steps. First step though is just to make sure you get your hands a little bit wet first before you start with the soap and water. Get a little bit of soap in your hand, lather it up so you get a good base of kind of soap going. Then you want to make sure you're washing each individual part of your hand. So most adults, they'll go like this, and then they'll rinse their hands off. That's not effective, but you still need to get those areas. So get your palms and the fingers, get the backs of your hands like this. Make sure you're getting in between your fingers, kind of like that. Now the places that people really miss are the fingertips and your thumbs. So make sure you're rubbing your fingertips against the palms of your hands. Get your cuticles on both sides, and then make sure you're getting your thumbs. Okay, you can kind of go in between your fingers like that as well. It can be kind of tricky to get some of those spots. Once it takes about 20 to 30 seconds of effective rubbing and friction in addition to the soap. And then once it's done, rinse your hands off with warm water. And then dry them before you turn the water off. Unless you have a tap like this where you can actually physically turn the water off without touching it with your hand. That would be one way to do it. Or finish drying your hands, preferably with a clean towel. And then if you do have to turn off your tap with your hands, like say you have one of those taps where you have to turn it, you want to use a dry paper towel to physically turn off the tap. The reason for that, the reason why it should be dry, is the virus can transfer through wet things and it'll be right back on your hands. And if you think about it, when you turn your tap on, you just left whatever was on your hands on there. So you clean your hands and then touch the tap afterwards, you're just transferring it back to your hands. Okay? So that's essentially how to properly wash your hands. It's pretty simple. Most people know how to do it, but sometimes it's good just to have a little review. So in the next video, we're going to start talking about the next best thing you can do to help protect yourself from getting the contagion. First one was washing your hands. Second one is social distancing. We'll see you then.